Fasting is so powerful. It is one of the most powerful tools that you can possibly use in order to strengthen and maintain your relationship with God while also strengthening your spiritual armor. Now, fasting comes in many different forms and variations, but it's also important to consider your health before choosing fasting, as well as what type of fast that you're going to choose. Now, we're going to discuss a little bit about the different types of fasting and how you can apply them in order to use them in the correct way. Now, we're going to start off by saying first that the typical fast that a lot of people may do is the partial fast. And the partial fast has no set duration time. You can do it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, but if you do it for shorter lengths of times, it's considered intermittent fasting, where it's throughout the day you choose maybe 12 hours or 16 hours a day that you fast. And that's considered a partial fast. Now, with this partial fast, during the duration of the time period that you're fasting, you aren't eating. If you choose to do this partial fast, you can do it dry or you can do it with liquids. Whereas though, if you have dietary restrictions, you can do soft liquids, maybe a squeezed juice or water or tea. If you don't have dietary restrictions, then you can just do water in the 12 or 16 hours that you're fasting. Now, it's also important to remember that whenever you do any kind of fast, that you also pray and you're also worshiping and you're also reading your Bible. To do just a regular fast, 12, 16 hours, however many hours that you do a fast, and don't incorporate any of those other things, then it's just fasting. And it's not more so strengthening your spirit, but regulating your body. So, in a spiritual aspect, we want to make sure that we're praying, that we're reading our Bible, that we're spending that intimate time with God. Fasting is supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be easy. We're literally starving our flesh so that we can strengthen our spirit. Now, to move on to a full day of fasting. Now, when you do a full fast, it can be a day, it can be 3 days, it can be 5 days, it can be seven, it can be as many days as your heart desire. And again, you can either do this with liquids or you can do this dry. Now, if you choose to do any fast dry, meaning no liquids, no foods, then it's advised to only go up to 3 days because naturally the body can only handle no food and drink for 3 days. So 3 days is the cutoff if you want to do it completely dry. That's also considered to be an Esther fast. Esther in the Bible fasted with her people for 3 days in order to present herself to the king to try to save her people from being destroyed. So this fast is very powerful as well. Now, if you do it dry, again, you also want to make sure that you're praying, that you're worshiping in whichever way you choose to worship. And this could also include meditating and just reading your Bible, growing that relationship, strengthening your spirit, letting God know that, hey, I'm taking this small sacrifice in order to grow closer to you, to seek guidance, to seek instruction. Now, we also have extended fast. Now, extended fasts are fasts that are between 7 to 21 days, if not longer. Now, during this time, it's advised to just be strictly liquid and not food. Now, if you choose to do a fast, whether it's a partial fast, you can do it to 21 days, and that's considered a Daniel fast. But if you do it for 21 days, then with the Daniel fast, you're just eating vegetables and fruits. You're drinking liquids such as water, broth, things that are very light on the stomach and not heavy. So you're essentially staying away from delicacies like bread, carbohydrates, meat, protein, stuff like that. Again, this is supposed to hurt your flesh so that you can strengthen your spirit. You're not building up that spiritual wall if you're feeding your flesh. The whole purpose of fasting is to kill your flesh. That's the closest correlation that we can get with God. Now, for extended fast, it is very imperative that you consult with a doctor before you do an extended fast. I myself personally did an extended fast. I didn't do 21 days, but I did 7 days. And it was the first time I've ever fasted for that long. And I did it liquids only, so I only drank water within them 7 days. I myself have gastrointestinal issues, and I didn't consult with a doctor beforehand. I just went right into it. I'm like, God got me, which God did have me essentially, but when I came off the fast, I ended up in the emergency room because my esophagus, my body overproduces acid on the regular. So to not feed myself, it extrally produced acid to the point where like my esophagus felt like it was about to explode. So always important to consult with a doctor before you do these things. And essentially, it's very important if you take medications to ease into it. If it's not something that you're used to doing, ease into it. Don't just go, I understand the drive and you wanting to, but take your time with it. It's no race, it's not a rush. Fasting is sacred. When you take those necessary small steps in order to essentially later down the line be able to do a extended fast or a more lengthier fast. Now, during these times that you spend during fasting, when I tell you, you will break curses, you will remove, altars, you will demolish things that were set in stone on your behalf. It Fasting is impeccable. Like, it is so important to have to essentially fast. Like, when you have questions you need answers to, the quickest way you can get it is killing that flesh and residing in the spirit, because we know that where God resides in the spirit. So in order to have that direct correlation to God, we need to meet him in the spirit. And when you kill your flesh and you starve your flesh, then you open that direct communication. Now, in Matthew chapter 6, verse 16, Jesus talks a lot about fasting. Now, in this verse, he talks about when you fast, don't walk around like, oh, I'm fasting, trying to make yourself seem like you're just going through it and you having pains and wanting essentially everyone around you to be like, oh, this person is fasting. Oh, why he don't do that, because he feel like if you're doing that, then you're doing it for other people's attention and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. No one should know you're fasting except for you and God. So this is be the time where Satan might tempt you a lot. You might go to work and just so happen today they got a buffet sitting in the break room. This may so happen to be the day where you get offered free food from somebody. So trust me, the temptation is going to be there, because whenever you fast, the enemy doesn't like that because of how powerful it is. So just, if someone offers you food, politely, no thank you. I'm not hungry right now. It doesn't have to be dramatic and all the cinematics and do this, is that, and the third. You don't have to do all of that. Just, fasting is sacred. So you want to hold your head high. It should just be another day for you. It should be another days, another week for you. So now there are other variations of fasting that are not food based. Now, me personally, I learned about this maybe a couple of years into my walk when I had just started fasting. And fasting, like I said, isn't always food based. Fasting can also be worldly distractions, the noise surrounding you. So when you fast from food or you fast from drink, fast from the world. If you have to go to work, go to work. That's not to say don't do your daily routines. If you have a family to take care of, still go about your daily routines. But that means no delicacies, no television, no, you know, games, no things that you would normally do on a day to day that's not spending time with God, that's not reading your Bible. That's what you want to stay away from too. Because essentially, when you kill the noise around you, when you kill your flesh, you're killing all the things that please you, that give you satisfaction. That means your sexual desires. That means everything. We're not lusting during this time. This is a sacred and this is a holy time. So you should really be spending as much time as you can with God and God only. And that's diving in your word. And, as you go about your day to day and doing the things that you need to do outside of work, then the Bible should be your best friend. And I'm telling you, you do all these things and you fast, you will receive so much spiritual insight. You will grow a closer bond with God and Jesus. And essentially, praying on top of that, when I tell you, like, the weight that comes with that, like, it removes strongholds. Like, I just can't put in words how imperative and how important it is to just fast. Like, when you regularly get fast, when you start to get used to fasting, do it as well. When you're feeling like spiritually attacked a lot, fast. Ask God for that strength. Ask God for that protection. So I am going to read you guys the verse in Matthew chapter 6, verse 16. So it's not just word of mouth. And I'll end the video in this verse. And it says, "When you fast, do not look somber as the hypocrites do, for they disfigure their faces to show others they are fasting. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full." Verse 17, "But when you fast, put oil on your head and wash your face." Verse 18, "So that it will not be obvious to others that you are fasting, but only to your Father who is unseen, and your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." So again, it's not a boastful thing, it's a sacred thing. But that's all I have for you guys today. I love you, stay blessed, and I will see you in another one. Bye. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, comment, and subscribe.